What's going on, people? It's your boy Theo, and this is a real talk. So, 48 hours on from that interview, it's been aired in the United States and now here in the UK last night. And I'm going to be speaking about the fallout as well, so stick with it. We're going to get through this. All right, now, so in the interview, so we understand that the interview was filmed 2 weeks prior to this, and Meghan wasn't getting paid for it, and the interview was off limits. Um, so Oprah sat down with Meghan, and straight away she asked, did she knew what she was getting into? And Meghan answered that she got into this very naively. She didn't even Google the royal family or anything like that. She just went into this, and yeah, like when I heard what she had to say, it was almost like if I was getting married to something into that, I need to make sure that uh, I check everything. I'm a guy that simply likes to research something before I even try to go into it. There's times in my life where I should have actually sat down and thought about things before even doing anything, and I just went ahead and done it anyway without um, no rationale for my thinking. Um, and and I guess in a way, when you're in love, and when you wanted to try and love somebody without them knowing who they are, um, I guess in a way you try to wanting to get to know them and try to see something in them, and I can understand in Meghan's point of view that's what she did. So I don't feel too. I'm not gonna go too harshly on her, to be honest. I mean, this is huge. This is huge. Um, so yeah, I have no problem in what she had to do there. Okay, one of the things was talked about in that interview was the mental health aspect of Meghan Markle. Um, she actually spoke about feeling suicidal, um, and I just was kind of shocked, to be honest. Like it's got to that level where she's talking about feeling suicidal, um, and then it gets crazy because you're marrying into, as I said, not just a man with a man. You're married into an institution, the monarchy, and it's like it's that tough. Mental health is so real, with the pandemic and everything. It affects us all. There's actually people who have suffered mentally from this, because of the fact of what it's done to us all, as a human race. The fact that it's taken so much out of us, and I do feel so sorry for everybody who is going through a tough time at the moment. Nobody wants to feel like they're alone. Nobody needs to feel like their life is not worth living. Nobody. Okay, and that's something that I'm always against. And I'm one of those guys that even if you don't know me or whatever, you could talk to me about it, and we can talk together. You know, just have a full on frank and open discussion about it. Um, and I'm approachable. I'm one of those kind of guys that's like that, and I will, talk to people about anything. Because I'm just that sort of person who's just there when they need them to be. And I just think that not a lot of people have that. Not a lot of people can just turn around and say, look, if you need anything, I got you. You know, if you want to talk, I'm there. We live in this we live in a period where we have these busy lifestyles and everything else, and nobody sits down to even notice what's going on. There's been stories of celebrities who's been going through tough times, and we wouldn't know about it because nobody even asked. When the reporter on ITV turned around and said to her, asked her if she's okay. That's when she turned around and literally just said how she truly felt at that moment. And this is one of like, I do feel sorry for her when she's speaking about suicidal thoughts and everything. It's like I found it hard to kind of I find it kind of hard to believe at first, but then I just kind of sat back and I just went, wow, it's just so tough to deal with, you know. And I know a lot of people will come at me and say to me like, oh, I don't believe her or whatever, but you don't know. You don't know. You don't know. You couldn't walk a mile in somebody's shoes, you know. And I know that people deal with a lot in life, and I can appreciate that and very conscious of that. But in Meghan's case, it's just not been easy. It's not been easy for someone to come into the royal family, having to do this, having to do that, having to conduct themselves in a certain way. It can be detrimental, you know. And for her to talk about suicide and for her to not have that access to help, that's wrong. That's wrong. I am completely against that. Like, she should be allowed to have help. She should be. I can't understand why that they haven't even made moves to try and, you know, talk to her and just see what they could actually do for her. So yeah, I'm very I'm very sad about it, but there's a lot of questions there, to be honest. All right, I just want to speak about the race issue in the interview, where someone in the royal family has asked what color Archie's skin tone is going to be. Now, I can understand that, you know, that the press and everybody was getting to a frenzy because, you know, we have a person of color entering the royal family. It's not been heard of before. It's like, well, to me, it's not been heard of before, and I kind of embraced the idea. I was like, yeah, okay, this is cool. You know, this is going to be 21st century kind of thing, and it's going to be new, and it's going to be refreshing and everything else. But somebody's asked them what Archie's skin color is going to be. You know, do you know how offensive that is? Really? You don't know how offensive that is? It's just, you went ahead and says all that stuff. Really? I just cannot believe that they would actually do that. I feel like it is an offensive thing to say. Nobody can't tell me any different. I'm sorry, nobody. You can't go around and say things like that, and you know, it's just tough. It's just a tough thing to deal with, and even I would have felt disgusted, you know, being asked that. I mean, if I was to ever have mixed race children, I wouldn't stand for somebody saying that kind of stuff. I wouldn't stand for it, you know. I have mixed race cousins myself, and they weren't asked these kind of questions or anything else like that. They were appreciated for who they are, and they'll grow into, you know, good people. You know, let's be real. You know, people need to just kind of like wise up now. You know, I just think that it's just a terrible. It's terrible. It's disgusting. We're doing this in 2021. I mean, I hate racism. Period. I made a few videos, quite a few videos talking about racism, and yet we're still talking about it. And I just can't even be able to understand. People can't be. people don't even know when they're being racist. You know, they don't know it. But when we see it, like, people say, yeah, we're paying the race card and everything else. But, like, but honestly, it's just, no, man. It's upsetting, and I don't like what's being asked. I don't like what's being said. And again, I do feel so sorry for them, especially Archie, because he doesn't deserve that. He doesn't deserve that. I know he's gonna go through life, and you know he's gonna ask questions about, you know, who he is as a person, and like obviously it's gonna take his parents to sit down to talk to him about it. But come on, man, why say things like that? It's just ridiculous. Okay, I'm gonna finish up with this video talking about the fallout from the interview. So it's been 24, 48 hours removed. However you want to call it, wherever you are watching the interview. So I watch Good Morning Britain every morning, and Piers Morgan has always often said about Meghan Markle, like he talks about, you know, his dislike for her a lot. And Aris Burr said on the show this morning, the weatherman on the show, literally calmly talked about what was going on, and then Piers Morgan walked off. He didn't come back on for about 15 minutes, and then they've been able to talk about it, which is good, but it just didn't look good. To be honest, it just was so explosive. To be honest, I know that like Piers Morgan has his dislikes and everything, and yes, he calls it as he sees it. But sometimes, you know, when it's gonna cross the line, it's gonna cross the line. You know, you can't walk out in something like that. Like, it just doesn't. It's not a good look. It's just not a good look. Later on in the show, Thomas Markle was on it, and straight off the bat, he said that he is doing press because Meghan is not talking to him. And I find that baffling. I'm thinking, like, my own dad couldn't even do things like that. He couldn't. It's just too much, right? Like, there's nothing that should stop a dad from trying to get in touch with his daughter if he wants to be involved in her life. And I think it's very sad that Thomas hasn't met Harry, hasn't even met his own grandson, and we've learned that Meghan and Harry are going to have a go and should be arriving this summer. So yeah, I just feel like it's just bad. It's really bad from start to finish, and now the onus is on the royal family, because they need to come out with a statement or something to just highlight a few things: the race issue, the mental health issue, and this needs to be nipped in the bud, and quickly, because people are already saying that the monarchy should be abolished. The monarchy's had its day, and I know that there's some people that simply just won't care. But this story is bigger than the pandemic right now, and that's really the focus that we need to be on, is trying to get back to a sense of normality. This is no ordinary family we're dealing with here. This is the royal family, and it's very interesting that, like, we're not even focused on Prince Andrew. Let me get that in. Prince Andrew gave his interview with the BBC on Panorama, and he spoke about things, and he knows a lot more than he lets on. It was a complete car crash interview, and I was like, wow, you know. So there's stuff that this family needs to go through here, and they all need to talk about it and everything else, because, you know, Harry and Meghan, like, quitting royal life, even though Harry's insisted that he's not stepping away completely from it. He wants to do his bit. It's just that they want to try and do it in a different way. But I don't know if they're gonna come to some sort of reconciliation from all this. Who knows? all we have to do now is just wait and see what happens. So if you like this video, please like it, subscribe if you're new, comment, let me know what you think about this situation. How do you feel? Do you feel sorry for Harry and Meghan, or do you not care? Let me know, but let me know in a sensible way, all right, without cussing. There's a way to say your bit without having to cuss somebody, all right? So I'll be back with another video soon. In the meantime, people, please stay safe. My name's Theo. Thank you for watching. I'm out. Peace.